My name is Mazvita Sabondo. I was born in Manicaland in 1974, and my high school was St. David Girls High Bonda and Mtaba High School. So after A-level, I moved to Harare, where I did my executive secretarial course. Then I worked for TEL 1 in ZTE. That's the campus that I worked for. But during those times, I managed to do my Bachelor of Management Human Resources, my Master's in Business Administration. But the time I was in Manicaland, I did the ILO, Training of Trainers. That time I discovered myself that I was passionate about women development. I was passionate about training. So all this time I would be working, but I would have time to do something that would help other women. I would also be called for part-time trainings, like I train bookkeeping, I train marketing. So I would do that. So this made me realize that I've got this calling to help other women. In 2015, I had this idea about having market for women, but I didn't know how to go about it. So just when I had this dream, when there was an empty jars and they were written Inga, so I said, whatever I will do, my project will be called Inga. That's where the birth of my company name came. But it was a long time before I started. 2018, that's when we came for this development, personal development class for women. So it was really an eye-opener, because it was like I was pregnant with this idea, but I didn't know how to break it. This class, coming to this training, really helped me to open my eyes. I started goal setting. They taught us that. They taught us networking. They taught us the marketing part. It was a whole lot. The 6 weeks compressed. It was like a master's platform. That's when I started now breaking my idea, because my idea was to have a building, a physical building where I would have a training school, because I was saying I would have a training school where I would have women being trained in baking, women being trained in sewing, some in building. There will be different classes. My dream was to have a double-story building. But when I came here, I realized that because that time I didn't have land, I don't have even money for building. But they said you can break down your goals, see what you can do first. From there, that's when I started working on starting with the market, because the course made me realize that even though I don't have a space of my own, I can rent out. Even if I don't have a place of my own, I can always ask other people. That's when I approached Creativeprenuer Spa. That time I would stay in Creativeprenuer. So, and asked the manager if we can use the outdoor for our market day. Then it was just with that meeting, in very few minutes, he said, it's okay, you can start this Saturday. But I do not exhibitors, I do no money, I don't know. So I had to start. But it was because of the training that I had got here. So we started 3 weeks later. Then I started advertising. I started having people coming to say, we want to be part of the exhibition. That's when we started in 23 March 2019. But it's all was birthed here. When I'm applying for something, I use the pictures from 2019 to help them to see this is where I was then, this is where we are now. That's why they taught us that you should have a record of the work that you are doing. And I'm proud of that now, because at least now I understand the importance of when you're introducing yourself, you've got something to show. This was what I was taught from there. So each event that I do, I make sure that we've got camera people who are recording, so that we send on our Facebook page. We have a record, even given to all our participants, because when they are so happy that after an exhibition, I'm giving them some photos on WhatsApp, sending them, then it will help them also sell their products. In the next 5 years, I see myself as a woman who is managing a very successful enterprise, the school, the online shop, the online school, the physical school, because I still have a dream that some things need to be trained. Like jewelry, of course, you can be trained online, but there are things that you need one-on-one. So my dream of a physical school still remain. My dream of a physical shop still remain, because there are people who may just walk in and want to see the products that I have. So I'm sure in 5 years' time, those things will be there. I will tell them, if you want your dream to be fulfilled, if you want your eyes to be opened to see beyond, because some of us, the exposure maybe it's not that big, but the leaders for this PC4W, they've seen, they've networked big. They may be young adults, but they are so mature in what they deliver. So it will help someone to see beyond Africa, beyond Zimbabwe, beyond Africa.